Very good afternoon, students. I am L.K. Tripathi from LPM Public School, Golawazar, Gorakhpur. My dear students, we have been studying chapter 2 of history, that is company's power. Now in this video we shall see company rule expense. After the establishment of trading companies by the various European powers, a conflict broke out among them. During the 17th and 18th centuries, the English and the French companies, supported by local Indian rulers, fought several wars. By the middle of the 18th century, the EIC eventually succeeded in outclassing all other European powers. To control the power, the European country began to fight among themselves. So this explanation will give information about that. Let's get started. Company rule expense. If we analyze the process of annexation of Indian states by the East India Company from 1757 to 1857, certain key aspects emerge. No doubt, if we are going to compare it from 1757 to 1857, we shall find that East India Company emerged in the country with the key aspects. The company rarely launched a direct military attack on an unknown territory. Instead of used a variety of political, economic and diplomatic methods to extend its influence before annexing an Indian kingdom. They were very clever. They did not come directly with the military power to capture any territory. They expanded their powers with politics, economic activities and diplomatic methods. In this way, they annexed many of the Indian kingdoms in their favor, under their control. After the Battle of Buxar, 1764, the company appointed residents in Indian states. They were political or commercial agents, and their job was to serve and further the interest of company. Through the resident, the company officials began interfering in the internal affairs of Indian states. Now they were not only traders or economists, they took interest in the political and internal affairs of the Indian rulers and Indian states. They tried to decide who was to be successors of the throne and who was to be appointed in administrative posts. Now they got power in the internal affairs to decide who will be the successor, who will assume the throne and who will not, and who will administer the post according to their wish. The rulers and nobles administrators were appointed now. Sometimes the company forced the states into a subsidiary alliance. According to the terms of this alliance, now company forced to establish subsidiary alliance. What was subsidiary alliance? According to this, Indian rulers were not allowed to have their independent armed forces. They were to be protected by the company. इसमें यह हुआ कि जो भी इंडियन रूलर्स हैं उनको इंडिपेंडेंट आर्म फोर्सेस अलाउड नहीं किया जाएगा. उनको जो है कंपनी प्रोटेक्ट करेगी, कंपनी के आर्डर से चलेंगे. बट They had to pay for the subsidiary forces that the company was supposed to maintain for the purpose of this protection. If the Indian rulers failed to make the payment, then part of their territory was taken away as penalty. They imposed a condition over the Indian rulers: protection of the armed forces will be under the local rulers, but without order of the British authority, they will not be allowed to take any action anywhere. If the ruler does not get capable to pay the salary and to protect the military, in this way the territory of the rulers will be annexed and will be taken away by the British as penalty. For example, when Richard Wellesley was Governor General, the Nawab of Awadh was forced to give over half of his territory to the company in 1801 as he failed to pay for the subsidiary forces. Hyderabad also forced to cede territories on similar grounds. Tipu Sultan, the Tiger of Mysore. The company resorted to direct military confrontation when it saw a threat to its political or economic interests. This can be illustrated with the case of the southern Indian state of Mysore. Mysore had grown in strength under the leadership of powerful rulers like Hyder Ali, who ruled from 1761 to 1782, and his famous son Tipu Sultan, who ruled from 1782 to 1799. Mysore controlled the profitable trade of the Malabar coast, where the company purchased pepper and cardamom. In 1785, Tipu Sultan stopped the export of sandalwood, pepper and cardamom through the ports of his kingdom, and disallowed local merchants from trading with the company. He also established a close relationship with the French in India and modernized his army with their help. The British were furious. They saw Hyder and Tipu as ambitious, arrogant, and dangerous rulers who had to be controlled and crushed. 4 wars were fought with Mysore. That were 1769 to 1767 to 69, 1780 to 84, 1790 to 92, and 1799. Only in the last, the battle Sringapatnam, did not company ultimately win a victory. Sringapatnam was the capital of Mysore, but it was not annexed by the company. In this way, Tipu Sultan was killed defending his capital, Sringapatnam. Mysore was placed under the former ruling dynasty of the Wadiyars, and a subsidiary alliance was imposed on the state. In this way, Tipu Sultan had also to be died. As a result, Sringapatnam, Mysore also came under the control of British. They captured and former ruling dynasty, that was Wadiyars, was imposed there for the state. So now we shall discuss about the different wars which were fought. First war was fought in 1769 to 1767 to 69. That was fought between Anglo and Mysore war, that is. Let us discuss. Suspiciously of the rise power of Hyder Ali, the Nizam of Hyderabad formed a coalition with the British and attacked Mysore. Hyder Ali defeated them and forced the British to sign a treaty by which they agreed to help each other in case of attack by a third party. Hyder Ali made a close relationship. He compromised with the Nizam of Hyderabad. He was the Nizam of Hyderabad, and he and British attacked Mysore. Means Nizam of Hyderabad and British attacked Hyder Ali to capture. हैदर अली डिफीटेड देम, लेकिन हैदर अली इसमें हरा देते हैं और ब्रिटिश के साथ एक ट्रीटी साइन की जाती है, एक समझौता होता है कि आगे से कि हम एक दूसरे की हेल्प करेंगे और जब किसी थर्ड पार्टी पर अटैक करना होगा तो जब तीसरे से युद्ध होगा तो हम दोनों मिल करके उससे युद्ध करेंगे। ये था 67 का वार, 67 से 69 तक चला ब्रिटिश और हैदर अली के बीच में। सेकेंड एंग्लो मैसूर वार को देखते हैं। ये एंग्लो मैसूर वार क्या था? 1771 से 84 तक ये लड़ा गया। इन 1771 when the Marathas attacked Hyder Ali, the British did not come to his help. हैदर अली died during the war. जब यहाँ पर मराठों ने अटैक किया हैदर अली पर तो उस समय ब्रिटिश did not come to help हैदर अली. As a result, हैदर अली had to die during the war. हैदर अली यहाँ मारे जाते हैं और मराठा इसको कैप्चर कर लेते हैं। His son टीपू सुल्तान continued the war, which finally came to an end in 1784 with the signing of the Treaty of Mangalore. But war did not stop here. Hyder Ali's son Tipu Sultan continued the war. Ultimately, that war ended in 1784 when the Treaty of Mangalore was signed. Third Anglo-Mysore War, 1785 to 94. Under Tipu Sultan, Mysore controlled the lucrative trade carried out from the Malabar coast. In 1785, Tipu Sultan stopped the export of some of the most profitable items of trade such as sandalwood, pepper and cardamom from the ports of his kingdom and disallowed local merchants any trade with the company. Tipu had also established a close relationship with the French, with whose help he modernized his army. All these angered the British. In the Third Anglo-Mysore War, Tipu was defeated. Under the Treaty of Seringapatam, he had to give away a large part of his kingdom to the British. He also had to pay a huge fine and send two of his sons as hostages to the British. फोर्थ एंग्लो मैसूर वार जो 1798 से 99 तक लड़ा गया, ये क्या था? Lord Wellesley, the British Governor General, wanted Tipu to accept the subsidiary alliance. When Tipu refused, the fourth Anglo-Mysore War started in 1798. Tipu died fighting. The British annexed a large portion of his conquests and gave them to the Nizam of Hyderabad for his help. The rest of kingdom was placed under the heir of the erstwhile ruling family. the Magyars who accepted the subsidiary alliance. इस तरह से इस टेरिटरी को अंग्रेज़ों ने निजाम ऑफ हैदराबाद को दे दिया, जो वार के समय में उसकी हेल्प कर रहे थे। टीपू सुल्तान मारे गए और मैसूर का राज अंग्रेज़ों के हाथ में चला गया। मराठास, अब मराठों को देखते हैं, मराठा कौन थे। About a decade after the defeat of the Marathas in the Third Battle of Panipat, an intense power struggle began among the 5 Maratha chiefs, the Peshwa, the Gaikwad, the Holkars and Bhosle. जब मराठों का वार थर्ड बैटल पानीपत का होता है अहमद शाह अब्दाली के साथ, उस समय मराठा डिफीट कर जाते हैं और जो 5 मराठा चीफ्स हैं उनमें आपस में एक राइवलरी, एक द्वंद्व शुरू हो जाता है, जिसमें होलकर्स, गायकवाड्स, पेशवास, भोसले, सिंधियास थे। The British took advantage of this and interfered in their internal affairs, leading to 4 Anglo-Maratha wars. इस तरह से ब्रिटिश गॉट फेवरेबल अपॉर्चुनिटी टू इंटरफियर इन देयर इंटरनल अफेयर्स. As a result, 4th Anglo-Maratha War began. First Anglo-Maratha War. This war broke out over the question of the successions to the throne of the Peshwa. The Maratha chiefs came together and defeated the British. Surmaran Hastings sent an army from Calcutta to help the British forces. Finally, the Treaty of Salbai was signed, by which the British recognized Madhav Rai II as the Peshwa. Second Anglo-Maratha War. The Maratha chiefs Sindhia and Bhosle refused to accept the subsidiary alliance and declared war on the British in 1803. But they were defeated and had to cede the territories of Ahmednagar and Bharuch to the British. Now the third Anglo-Maratha War कब हुआ है? This was broke out when the Maratha chief Holkar refused to accept the subsidiary alliance. The war was rather inconclusive and peace was signed with the Holkars. Fourth Anglo-Maratha War. This war broke out in 1817 when Peshwa Baji Rao II attacked the British Residency. In return, the British defeated the Marathas. The title of Peshwa was withdrawn and his territories annexed to the British Empire. Sindh and Afghanistan. The EIC wanted to annex Afghanistan, however, it could not be possible without conquering Sindh. In 1809, a treaty was signed with the Amirs of Sindh. As per this treaty, the Amirs promised not to let the French pass through their territories, and the British promised not to transport arms through Sindh. In this way, this video is going to over. Next discussion will be taking place in the next video. Till then, thank you.